Soon we'll be done here. Proud to have you come at last. I'd no doubt you'd find your way to us, not after witnessing your bravery. I know you seek answers. I'll tell you what I can. You have spoken to a god?
Gareth stares intently, not so much at you as through you.
Yes, I see something there. But it's not for me to say. I must get you to Malady. She will know. She was imprisoned on the Lady Vengeance. One of the few of us not left to rot on the sand and sun. All the more vital we take the ship from the Magisters. Godwoken.
Gareth will know what to do.
We'd just landed on shore. Minutes later, Dallas sailed in on the Lady Vengeance, screaming like a banshee. We had no hope. Most of us were dead in the blink of an eye. She had horrors at her side, shriekers they call them. They still protect the harbor, firing pure death at anything that catches their eyes. The Lady Vengeance is still anchored there too. Lucian, save us from whatever plot Dallas is concocting on it. Well, I had a plan. Gratiana told me of weapons that could counter these shriekers. Purging ones that steal source from its host. I went to that armory looking for one of these wands, but Alexandar's bootlickers stumbled in first. I found nothing but dust and blood. We've got to find a way to silence those shriekers. If we do that, the Lady Vengeance is ours. Freedom is ours. You do? But that's incredible! I can only imagine what ghoul-ridden depths you braved to find one. I had no doubt. You bring me hope, sorcerer. I'll gather the other seekers and travel to shore. Meet us there as soon as you can.
Gareth's voice echoes throughout the Enclave with such command it could rouse a fawn to action.
We move, seekers. Now is the time to resist. The Lady Vengeance will be ours!
Frozen ground in the middle of a swamp. What's going on? A winter dragon? What on earth is it doing chained up here?
The dragon stares you down with flinty, intelligent eyes. He tries to speak, but his jaw is bound tightly by the same thick chains that shackled him to the pillars. Unreadable glyphs mantle this ancient pillar. Braided through thick iron wings, source-infused chains bind the dragon tightly.
What's this? It looks strange. I'm not picking that up. I could try moving it. What is this place?
A tall woman stands amid a field of corpses, some fresh, some ancient. The sour smell of them stings your nostrils, your eyes. As you draw nearer, the stench blooms into a humid flavor you can almost taste. The woman turns to you, bitten lips parting into a grin. She tucks a small bunch of black-red roses into a leather strap across her left hip and, preparing to curtsy, offers you a hand.
What a ball!
She stands to her full height, her lips pursed in disappointment. She cocks her head and takes you in. The stench of death and sewage suddenly intensifies. She peers closely at you, a shrewd smile playing about her lips.
Ave de more de mergalach. Very good, kitten. Now, I imagine you're here for the same reason I am.
She pats the bouquet at her hip.
But you're too late. These roses belong to me. Looks like we'll have to find some other way to keep you busy. Oh, I do hope that little so-and-so hasn't been talking. Those chains were in a place for a reason. Ha! How earnest you are. I do love that in a man. Then I suppose you aren't leaving, darling.
The dragon stares you down with flinty, intelligent eyes. He tries to speak, but his jaw... rakes the earth with icy claws. Quakes from the impact knock you. The freed dragon looks sick and pale. As you approach, he stretches his tattered wings weakly and fixes his intense gaze upon you. Frozen tears glint in his eyes.
My gratitude for your efforts, friend. Yet I am no more free now than I was in those chains. Please, help me find true liberty, or sing me to the endless slumber. But of course, that must be why you stand before me. Slane called to the Lord of Death, and here you are. A coincidence? Ah. My fate, it seems, is not my own to call. My soul is bound to joyless obedience. Purged of my source by the wickedest of witches, I stand enthralled to her every whim. She has only to command, and my traitorous body complies. The witch Radeka. I was in love with her once. For the smallest slight, really a trifle, she wielded a purging wand against me, enslaving me to her will. Now only my voice remains my own. You're correct. I feel her dark heart beat within my own no longer.
He rises up to his full height, peering down at you intently through his icy eyes.
But tell me this. Did you happen to find a wand upon her?
Slane rears back in eagerness, grasping the purging wand with razor-sharp claws. Before your eyes, the source from within the wand surges into his draconic form, filling him with a light so bright that you must shield your eyes from the glare. The blazing brightness dies down. Squinting, you now see no dragon before you, but the figure of a handsome lizard with the same eyes as Slane. His eyes still blaze, a piercing silver. A triumphant smile dominates his face as he bows extravagantly before you.
Slane. At your service. Neither. Both. I am a dragon knight, the last of my bloodline. Shifting between two shapes is our greatest gift. If everyone thought like you, this vile place would be little more than a sunny island. Perhaps before we're done, we can return it to such a state. Knowing such a steadfast and noble soul offers help to those in need gives me great comfort. I'd like to offer you the same. When you are truly at a loss, when you have no choice but to back down or perish, you will find safety in my shadow. This, I promise. This is an island of many mysteries, of many horrors. I'll learn what I can. Perhaps there is some possible reprieve for the souls who suffer here.
Slane smiles at you and turns to leave. He takes no more than a few steps before he shimmers out of lizard form, blurring in midair back into a majestic dragon that soars away.
Such barbarism. What happened here?
The Seeker's head twitches upwards as you approach. His eyes open a fraction. He struggles to focus his gaze upon you. A low moan escapes his cracked lips. His eyes close, and his head sags forward. You thought you'd already seen the full depths of Magister cruelty.
There's nothing to be done. Let's keep moving.
A blade through the heart would be a kindness to these lost souls.
We were lucky not to meet the same end as this lot. We can honor them by avenging them.
An old elf's pained gaze passes between the crucified. Anger bubbles within him. He seems on the brink of tears of rage.
Dear ones, not like this. Not like this. Not like this. They're as good as my family. But I cannot heal them. I cannot heal them. So much pain. They are changed. That Dallas woman did something to their minds. They won't be moved and they can't be healed. They resisted at all costs. They can't even be healed. Using such magic on them would kill them now. Such beautiful souls, corrupted by such evil. Where you find shriekers, you can trust the Divine Order is hiding something they desperately want to keep private. Fate of my dear ones proves there must be some such thing on this very island. Stay away from shriekers if you want to live. I know not how much longer my friends here have.
I've spotted something.
Oh, you found the supplies. The Magisters aren't as thorough as I presumed.
Not without stronger weapons than these.
We'll find them, or we'll find another way.
You would attack the Magisters directly. Are you so eager to die, Seeker? You cannot stand against the tree. Not without stronger weapons than these.
As you approach, Gratiana turns to you. Her moves are lighter now. Her voice is warmer, but still tempered by the scene around her.
It would be a sweet joy to see the Magisters chased from this land. But I fear all I will see today is death. Perhaps, but they cannot take a Shrieker by surprise. It will eviscerate their numbers, as it did before. I told the Seeker that the soul-forged weapons of Brachus Rex remain hidden in a vault, but the Magisters recovered them before he could. Gareth failed to reach the armory in time, but there is another vault hidden beyond the Magister's guile. If you can steal away these weapons, your friends may well stand a chance. But beware, such items are of limited power. If they cease to function, speak to me. I will be able to help. Walk forever in Armadia's grace, child. Are you so eager to die, Seeker?
You've come. Lucian be praised.
Gareth glances over his shoulder, and his voice tightens.
The Shriekers keep watch, and their gaze isn't the only one we should avoid. The murderer is here, Alexandar. The butcher's in the ruins, beyond the Shriekers, and he's not alone, as well he wouldn't be. The Order keeps its Godwoken leashed. Nothing, as long as those Shriekers stand. Get that purging wand and silence them. Fair enough. But the longer you wait, the more the void may swallow. Stay vigilant.
Careful. I've spotted a trap.
Oh, shite. I figured it was only a matter of time. I'm ready to pay the price. That's not for me to say. If you must kill me, then kill me. I really can't tell you more. I owe Alexandar everything. I don't question him. I'm no warrior. My mission has only ever been to watch and share what I see. I give information to Alexandar. He doesn't give information to me. Everything. Their feeble attack strategy, their plans for the Lady Vengeance. Gareth, the Seekers. They can't escape Alexandar's wrath. They are wholly unprepared. Alexandar will see that source users get what they deserve. Dallas makes them silent, obedient. And if they're truly lucky, they become even more. Living weapons. Fearsome creatures. Dallas calls them Shriekers. The Seekers have no hope of overcoming them. If I must die, then I die with a clear conscience. I serve only the Divine and his Son.
I'm ready!
Attack the Magisters directly? Are you so eager to die, Seeker? You cannot stand against the Shriekers, not without...
The gods can't smite those Shriekers themselves, my friend, but they can guide your hand. If I didn't know better, I'd think the gods themselves were your counsel.
He reaches for the wand, but pulls back before touching it.
Would that I could aim this wand at Alexandar myself, to bleach his soul and sear his skin. No, this thing was birthed from a wicked era. What would Lucian say, seeing me confront one evil with another? Go, take down those Shriekers.
Shriekers. I'll never get used to them.
Don't let it see you.
Something isn't right. I think my helmet can tell when I've consumed source.
As the source flows into your body, you feel a sudden gloom. Your helmet starts to twist and warp. Darkness pours from it, and a demon steps out from your shadow.
Hell's teeth, it feels good to breathe mortal air again. I can smell your putrid lives in every breath. How delicious, but not as sweet as the sauce you fed me. That rich ambrosia, life's cloying nectar. I've been held in that helmet for centuries. Just one trick of many Brachus Rex has performed in this execrable island. I'd hoped it was the God King who had summoned me. No matter, you may still be of use. I've had but a taste of sauce, and these have been hungry years. So delicious, yet so pathetic. Brachus Rex conducted a masterwork of torture here. With a single gesture, he could raise an army. 'Tis a pity he did not live to see the Covenant kept, to feel his own pale marrow drained from his brittle bones. But enough talk. I need more. I need your sauce. I need your life's blood.
The armor set is complete. I see flurries, and the air thrums. Could it be Slane?
Look, it's him! He has come, true to his word.
Alexander peers intently into your face, recognition widening his eyes.
Ifan! Ben Mest, is that truly you? By Rallick, I thought I saw you at the fort's gates. But how did you survive the Deathfall? Ah, of course it wasn't luck, was it? Godwoken. Dallas and Vredeman warned me there were others. Yes, I can see it. But I'm afraid I have bad news. You would only bring ruin to Rivellon. I am the one who will be the next Divine. You know, as a child I looked up to you, Ifan. Back when you fought by my father's side. So long ago now. But now, I'm so sorry times have changed. A contract? I see. How could I blame you, under the circumstances? But it matters not now. Your contract will go unfulfilled. Look around. You're outnumbered, outmatched. Please, don't make this harder than it has to be. It's not your fault, but you still stand in the way of peace. This must be the end of your journey, for the salvation of all Rivellon. Be strong, Ben Mesd. The halls await you.
well, well, quite the mess you've made here. I'm Malady, and you're...
She steps forward, grabs you behind the neck with alarming strength, and pulls you close. She sniffs twice, her nose at your ear, then bites, piercing the lobe with a needle-sharp fang. She releases you and grins, running tongue over teeth.
Godwoken. Do promise me you'll try, though I hope it doesn't come to that. You're a Godwoken after all, the reason some of us get out of bed each morning. What do you make of that? Well, first things first. Dallas's little necklaces are lovely, but not quite in vogue where we're going. They're better.
She peers at you closely, a knowing squint in her eye.
Tell me, which of those little gods did you meet, and what did they teach you? They're free to smite me where I stand if I'm wrong.
She cocks her head and smiles. Her eyes go wide.
Go on then. Show me what he taught you. I don't. Now go on. Ah, like that. Right, hold on then.
She takes you by the shoulders and gestures for you to do the same to her. She closes her eyes, and a warm, soothing sensation runs from her hands into your body. Suddenly, you feel the familiar swell of source within you.
Hey, that stings.
She examines her hands, where the skin sizzles slightly beneath their newfound aura. As the spell fades, the skin heals once more. Her whole body seems to relax.
You really are Godwoken. I'm... happy. Oh, how unbecoming. Come then, we set sail, your destiny awaits, etc. You'll have to ask the Meister about that. She's dying to meet you.
Malady beckons you to the boat.
After you, darling. Let's go.
Malady grabs the vessel with two hands and pushes it into the water. She hops on board behind you.
Godwoken. Wait till she finds out.
Salty water mists your face. Your skin prickles in bright, warm sunlight. The boat bobs forward through the water, and Fort Joy shrinks behind you.